What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back here once again with another off-season elimination rebuild. This time, the team eliminated from the Eastern Conference Finals. Obviously, we just did the Western Conference Finals one with the Timberwolves. Today, we have the New York Knicks. So, unfortunately for the Knicks, they go home in 6 games to the Indiana Pacers. Twice now, years in a row. That's not the best way to say it, but 2 years in a row now that they have lost to the Pacers in the playoffs. So, let's go ahead and jump in and do a Knicks elimination rebuild in NBA 2K25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated, as we're currently on the road to 50,000 subs. So you want to help us reach that goal, that would be awesome. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you are new around here or watch my videos consistently and aren't subscribed yet. But when it comes to New York Knicks, honestly, guys, I don't expect a whole lot to happen this offseason for the Knicks. Now, I will say that there is going to be all the talk in the world about them because it's the Knicks. Every time there is a big big player that's available, that could be available, the Knicks will be brought up because of the big market that New York is. Same thing with LA. But I've already kind of seen people talk about the idea of trading Karl-Anthony Towns away. I know there's like the Giannis thing out there too, but I'm gonna be honest, I really don't expect a whole lot out of this team. They obviously just traded a ton to get Mikal Bridges, so they're probably a little bit, deteriorated on assets as far as assets are concerned. They might still, I think they have some maybe future picks from other teams oh, that's not what I wanted. Let me see. Am I correct in thinking that? No, it looks like, well, at least according to 2K, maybe they have this pick in 2028. But other than that, I don't really think the Knicks have a ton of assets left to their disposal. Don't get me wrong, they have some good players, but I don't know. Now, as far as Tom Thibodeau is concerned, is he going to be fired? I don't think he will be. They obviously just made it to the conference finals, which was a great achievement for them. They wanted to take down the Celtics, and they succeeded in doing that. And I think they would have beat them even with Tatum not getting hurt. But honestly, I think that, I just don't expect a whole lot. So I think the Pacers are the team that have kind of, stopped their momentum each time. I know last year in the second round, there was injuries that kind of hurt the Knicks, but I still think that this Knicks team is on a correct trajectory. They don't need to do anything too crazy. It's basically my point. So I'm not expecting to do a whole lot this offseason. So MarJon Beauchamp, I mean, I'm not really worried about these 3 guys for the most part. And then for free agency, we have Achua and MarJon Beauchamp as our only free agents to really be worried about. So we don't have a ton of money to work with, obviously. We have Brunson and Kolek. We have Mikal and Miles McBride. You have Ojinobi, Bacome Dadier, and then you have Maxwell Lewis, and then you have Cat Robinson. So I think I'm going to leave Cat Robinson the way it is, obviously. I prefer to play Josh Hart, obviously, at like the shooting guard or small forward, and then maybe we get like, we can move OG to the 4, of course, and move like Mikal to the 3. We could do, yeah, we can move Mikal to the 3, OG to the 4, something like that. There's a lot of different ways we can go about this lineup, but there is maybe a few steals we can, get in free agency. So like, you have Bryce Sensabaugh, who was released for some reason, and then you could bring back Achua, or there's Justin Champagnie as well. A couple guys that could just be nice bench pieces. One thing I give Tom Thibodeau credit for is he kind of went to his bench a little bit in the conference finals. It seemed like something he's not usually done, but he was giving some of his deep rotation guys some minutes. So I guess that's about the only thing we're about to do. So we're just going to pretty much sign Champagnie and Sensabaugh since we're able to. They're both very cheap. I don't think I'm going to bring back Achua. I know Landry Shamet might be someone you should bring back too. He had some nice minutes for them at times, so maybe we can get him back as well. So if he wants a minimum, we'll bring him back too. So that's basically all I think I'm going to do. I'm basically going to run it back, but probably change the rotation up a little bit. So we'll have like, we won't have Josh Hart playing the power forward, basically, is what I'm going to say. We could also have Cat play the 4 and Mitch Robinson start the 5. We want to do something like that too. But we'll see. So let's go look at the rotation for year 1. We didn't do a whole lot this offseason, which is what I expected. But if we fail next year, then maybe you start to have a conversation about, maybe you trade Cat if you can. Maybe you trade, I don't know. We'll have to kind of figure it out. So I will see you guys with the rotation, and we'll kind of have this figured out with what we're going to roll with. So I have the rotation I kind of want to roll with for year number 1 with this team. So we're a 4-star proficiency at defense, but I'm sure we could be 4-star at a lot of different things. So 3.5 actually balance, interesting enough. So I guess we'll go ahead and leave it at defense. So basically what I'm deciding to do, whoops, that's not what I wanted, but we're going to go look at it the way I'm going to do things this year. So we're going to do Brunson, Mikal, obviously at the point guard, shooting guard. OG is going to stay at the 3. We're going to start Cat at the 4 and Robinson at the 5. So that's what we're going to roll with. And we'll have Josh Hart, because I love his energy off the bench. Still going to get like 30 minutes. Miles McBride, Bryce Sensabaugh, and Shinpenny, 2 guys we obviously picked up in free agency. So leaves like Kolek and Landry Shamet out of the rotation. If I do decide to stop at the trade deadline and make some kind of trade, I will show you, but obviously Mitch Robinson's our only real, I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns can play the 5-2 because we made a secondary position center. Obviously Josh Hart can get some minutes there too with his rebounding. Just kidding, I'm not going to play him at center, but you get the point. He rebounds like crazy. So I'll show you guys the end of year 1. We'll see how things go, and we'll evaluate this year. If we aren't a team that wins the championship, then obviously we may look to make some kind of big trade. But it's basically championship or bust, in my opinion, this season for the Knicks. So we'll go see if we succeed in bringing home a title to the East. Hopefully we can at least make it to the NBA Finals, because I've seen the Knicks make it plenty of times in the 2K sim. So hopefully we get that as well. So at the end of year 1, Shea wins MVP, so back-to-back MVPs for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Cooper Flagg, Rookie of the Year in Philadelphia, so Flagg actually fell to the 3rd overall pick, pretty interesting. Simon, 6th man, and then Giannis, Defensive Player. You got Scoot, Most Improved, and Halliburton's your Clutch Player. A Chris Finch is your Coach of the Year, and Executive goes to Nathan Mack. So here's your All-NBA first team. You got Shea, Jokic, Giannis, Luka, and Halliburton. All-NBA second team, you got Trey, Steph, LeBron, Edwards, and Booker. And no, I was hoping to see Jalen Brunson on here, but we do not. In all defensive first team and all defensive second team. Do get Mitch Robinson, though, making it, which is great. And obviously, that could hurt us because he needs a new contract, so who knows what he's about to ask for. But it was pretty nice playing him at the 5 this year, it looks like. Okay, well, we end up as the first seed in the East, which is great. So we finished up at 62-20, and we were over the rest of the conference by 12 games, which is a great sign. We don't have to deal with the Pacers until the conference finals either. The Celtics are nowhere to be found also. So this could be our opportunity. We'll see if we take advantage of it. 28 from Jalen Brunson, 25 from Karl-Anthony Towns, 18 from Mikal Bridges, 12 from OG Anunoby, 11 from Sensabaugh, 9 from Josh Hart, 9 from McBride, 7 and 10, and then 5 and 3 from Penny. Okay, so now it is time for round 1. So we get a Battle of New York in round 1. Obviously, this team just made the trade with with the Nets for Mikal Bridges. So hopefully we're able to beat them here. So let's go ahead and summate current round, and we will be up 3-1, and we beat them in 6. Okay, nothing to worry about there. And now we play the Toronto Raptors, who have Emmanuel Quickley, Grady Dick, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, RJ Barrett, Kobe Walter, Mogbo, and Chris Boucher. All right, game 1 goes to them. Obviously, OG Anunoby came over from the Raptors, but so far 2-1 for the Raptors. We tie it up. Go to game 5, and let's see if we have what it takes to make this happen. RJ Barrett probably trying to get revenge on his former squad as well. And it's looking good right now. And I think we're going to... Well, hold on. They almost did come back, but we go up 3-2. Bryce Sensabaugh has low-key been such a great addition. 13 points in the playoffs and 40% from 3. I mean, I don't know why this man's so good, but he's literally shooting 50, 40, 90. He did in the regular season, too. So, I'm very happy we brought him in because he has been a steal. Thank you, Utah, for releasing him. All right. One more game, and we're in the conference finals for back-to-back seasons. Can we make it happen? It's a close game. If we hang on, we're in the conference finals. We are 126-117. Jalen Brunson with 32 and 26 from Mikal, 16 from Cat. It is the Bulls. So the Pacers actually got beaten round 1, and then Chicago. I mean, they don't have Luka Doncic yet, I don't think, because they always get him. And I mean, okay. So 2K is telling us that the Chicago Bulls, with their current core, gonna make it to the conference finals. Very interesting. Very, very interesting, because they didn't change a single thing. This is the same Bulls roster that we know in real life. How did this team make it? I don't know. If we lose to them, that's even worse. So we could punch our ticket to the finals here. We got a rematch of the conference finals from last year in the West. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. And Game 4 goes to them. So maybe gentleman sweep. It is. Okay. So Minnesota and OKC are tied. So this could go either way. Ooh, whoops, not. I don't want to simcast. I don't care about that. We'll simcast the next round. And it will be a Game 7. It will be the Thunder. So Thunder make it to the finals 2 years in a row. I am also recording this on Monday. I think this video will not drop until Wednesday. So tomorrow is the start of the finals, I believe, as you guys are watching this. But Knicks and Thunder. So we got Shea, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Chet, Isaiah Hartenstein, Casey Wallace. And they added Clint Capella as well. So obviously a very good team. We all know. But let's see how this is about to go. So Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. So far, so good. 2-1. 3-1, please. Nope. It's a tied series now. Okay. So Simcast Game 5. Everybody's won on their home court. They always say the series don't start until a road team wins. And hopefully that doesn't start right now. The Thunder do take the lead from us for a little bit there. But we take it back and we hang on. Okay. Can we take the road win and win a championship in year 1? Let's see if we have what it takes. It's going to be a close game 6. The Thunder are going to try to force a game 7 back to Madison Square Garden. Oh my gosh, this is a very close game. I might have to jump into this one, maybe. Let's see. Can we hang on? Oh my gosh, they took it at the very end. By the way, one thing I need to do really quickly, because if I jump in, I turn on autosave because I don't want this game to crash. I mean, I can't come back to this file. So, all right. Game 7. We have to jump into this one. That's why I didn't jump into that one low-key, because I was kind of thinking about the game crashing on me and not being able to get back in. But this one is even close. Every single time the home team won, and that continues here. So just like that, in year number 1, I told you guys I didn't think making a move was necessary. Don't get me wrong. We signed Sensabaugh and Champagny, which I think those additions were great. Will they be available in real life? Probably not, as we all know. But 2K, for whatever reason, waives those guys. Brunson, Finals MVP. So we have won a championship in year 1. Which is awesome. So now this team is probably going to have some cap casualties because Mikal is a free agent. But at the end of the day, we accomplish what we set out to accomplish. Then Robinson's also a free agent. So who knows what they're about to ask for. It's going to be tough to keep everybody, but we'll see. So player retirements, LeBron James is calling it. Al Horford's retiring on the Rockets. Let's go to the lottery. So this isn't going to matter for us, obviously. We got Jazz number 1, Thunder via Philly, and then the Blazers for Pelicans via Milwaukee. Our pick is actually at 30, so we do have a first-round pick, which is nice. And then we have Tom Thibodeau, which I'd prefer to extend him, but we'll wait on that for now. Let's go to draft night. So we have the 30th pick. I think hitting on this would be nice, but it's going to be kind of hard to find a rotational piece at 30. Like, guys like, and then, isn't McBride? No, he's not a free agent just yet, which is good because we need as many cheap contracts as we can get. Obviously, Brunson did take the big pay cut for the Knicks, so that could help them too. But pick number 30, we have Silas. Should we take a backup point guard? I think we probably should because who knows we're going to be able to resign Miles McBride. So I do think I'm going to go ahead and take Silas. He has a ceiling of Hall of Fame. So hopefully he ends up being good for us. I don't think I've ever taken him. He's a 6'5 guard. So welcome to the Knicks. And then we have an earlier second. I'll take Bryson here out of Auburn. So that will be our draft. We got a 71 overall and a 69 overall. Not too bad. Player options. We'll accept Sensabaugh, Dadier, and Rocky. And we'll go with that. Okay, so this is where it's going to be interesting. So for free agency, we have, let's see what they're asking for. So Mitchell Robinson's asking for, okay, I thought he'd be asking for more. I think I'd like to resign both of them. What is our cap situation right now? Because obviously, we're 182 million, so we're technically under the second apron right now, which is nice. But obviously, that is probably before we resign those two guys, then we'll be way over it. Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson. I think eventually we probably have to move on from Cat. Once he's expiring, we maybe move on from him, or maybe we trade OG. We're gonna have to make some kind of interesting decision, or we'll never even run into it at all because I don't know. We might just only run 3 seasons since we've already won a championship, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and re-sign both of them. I'm also going to try to see if I can get them for as cheap as possible. Although Robinson's not asking for that much money, I think $15 million a year is more than fair for him, especially when he just made an all-defensive team. So we're definitely going to give him his bag, and getting him on this kind of contract would be nice. So I'm going to give him a 3-year deal. And I don't have any hesitation on that. Now, Mikal cannot walk, obviously, for nothing because we know what the Knicks gave up to get him. So I'm going to wait till he starts to get some offers. Nothing of interest to him yet, but we're going to actually lock in and pay attention. You know what? I'm not going to gamble it. Let's just get him back. So $30 million a year is what we're going to give him, and that will be our addition. So Mikal Bridges will be brought back on a 5-year deal. And then do we have anything else of interest to maybe bring in here? I mean, we could use a backup center, obviously, because Robinson was the only one playing center. And you have Tyler Kolek still in the background. So we got a lot of point guards going forward, obviously. Rocky might develop, though, into a low-key nice backup 5 for us. But I don't know if I should rely on him. Maybe we can. We'll see. We'll see. If there's, I mean, I can sign an insurance plan as well. Maybe there's like a minimum guy. We'll take it to day 12 and see if there's anything. So I probably won't bring back Shambit this time. Go to day 12 of free agency and see if there's a center we can sign on a minimum or something. Okay, so let's see if we got. So we got Luke Cornett, who I guess is interesting. You also have Quentin Post. You have Andre Drummond, Jay Huff, Diabate, Thomas Bryant, and Kevon Looney. I mean, I can get Kevon Looney on a 1-year deal because worst case scenario, we have Rocky who's ready to play over him. But Kolek's up to 78, McBride's up to an 81, and Josh Hart's up to an 84. You got Looney down, and then Rocky's actually low-key almost ready to play. So we might go ahead and squeeze him into the rotation, but we'll see. I will see you guys with the lineup going to year 2. It obviously didn't change much at all, but there's no need to break what is not working, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're now up to a 4.5 proficiency, which is quite nice, but here is rotations. We have Brunson, Mikal, OG, Carly Town. So basically the same thing, right? Nothing has changed much. Only if we want to run a 10-minute rotation, we can get like, you know, Looney or Rocky in there to give us some 5 minutes. So we might go ahead and do that. So we'll go 10-minute rotation, and I know they're going to give those minutes to Kolek. And I want to give him some minutes, don't get me wrong, but we kind of have McBride over him right now. So I'm going to go ahead and give these minutes to Rocky to see what he can do. Playing only 11 minutes a night, so I'm going to see what he can do with that. I will see you guys at the end of the season. I'm expecting, obviously, to hopefully make it back to the finals again, but we can go back to back. We'll see what happens, though, and eventually, I think next offseason, we're going to make probably a Cat trade, because I'm assuming he'll accept his option. Then we probably have to get cheaper, because, again, the new CBA is just really tough, but we'll see how it goes. So at the end of year 2, Jokic wins MVP. AJ DeBanza is your Rookie of the Year. Anthony is your 6-man Wemby Defensive Player. Ace Bailey, Most Improved in Dallas. And you got Stephen Curry, Clutch Player, and Kid, Coach of the Year. So the Mavericks took Ace Bailey #1 overall, which is pretty interesting. But I don't know. Kind of weird not to take flag, obviously, but hey, they made their decision. So, do we have Brunson? No. No Jalen Brunson still making an All-NBA team, unfortunately. Does Robinson make another All-Defensive team? No, not this time. So, we're still one of the best team. Actually, we were the best team in the East. So, first seed in the Eastern Conference. I don't think we won 60 games this time, but Brunson averaged 26, Cap with 23, 17 from Mikal, 11 from Sensabaugh, which is going to be it's going to suck to lose him because he's been such a good player for us, but he's probably going to be too expensive for us to re-sign if I had to guess. And then 8 from Josh Hart and 7 from McBride. Same thing with McBride. We probably have to roll with Kolek next year. So this is probably our chance to get a championship. I think Kolek has another year. Yeah. So McBride's probably going to ask for too much money if I had to guess, but we'll see. So the Washington Wizards are our first round matchup, which they have Giddey now, and they have Belil, Corey Kispert, Aldama, Alex Sarr, Bob Carrington, Poole, and VJ Edgecombe. Somebody come around against the Wizards, we will beat them in 5. And now we get to play the Bulls, who, of course, acquired Luka Doncic like clockwork. That's what happens every single time. Luka barely stays in LA in the simulation, I've noticed. I think you guys have probably noticed that too. But we go up game 1. Obviously, Brunson versus Luka, former teammates. But the Bulls are giving us some trouble right now. So let's, you know what we need to do as well? Let's go to a 9 rotation. Let's do that. Let's simcast game 4 and hope we can tie this up, because while the Bulls were our conference finals matchup last year, they didn't have Luka Doncic, of course, so that makes this tougher, but I don't want to lose still. We're down 3-1, so it looks like we're about to tie the series, and unfortunately, we are down 3-1 to Luka Doncic and the Chicago Bulls right now. So, does Luka Doncic make the Bulls contenders? I don't know. That's a good question, but 2K thinks so. We barely escaped this one with our lives, so is there anybody? Should we go to an 8-man rotation? How's Champagne doing in the playoffs? So he's averaging 5 and 40%. I am going to go ahead and go to an 8-man rotation just to kind of have our backs against the wall. And we can have a rematch against the Pacers potentially too, if we're able to come back here, which is going to be a tough task, but you never know. So we have the lead right now, but the Bulls have gotten back in it every single time, it feels like, but we will hang on. So we're in a game 7. This to get us to the conference finals 3 years in a row now. And then hopefully with the opportunity to get back to the finals 2 years. So we have the lead right now, but again, the Bulls are giving us some trouble. It's a 10-point game, so it looked like we were about to make it back, but unfortunately the Bulls will beat us. Luka Doncic just every time going to the Chicago Bulls and make things tougher on us. Okay, so the Pacers and the Bulls, and the Bulls went on to win the whole thing. Well, they haven't won the championship yet, but I could be coming here. Nope, Timberwolves win. Okay. We lose in round 2 to the Chicago Bulls, who acquired Luka Doncic, and the Wolves beat them by 4 games. They swept them. Okay. So Mike Conley retiring in a Blazers uniform is definitely not something I ever thought I'd see. But draft lottery time. So again, don't think it's going to affect us too much. Our pick is going to the Nets, obviously. Okay. So Tom Thibodeau, has he run his course? He probably retired if I had to guess, actually. He did. So we have to go with the new head coach. Okay. The new head coach is coming in. I mean, everyone would probably line up to coach the Knicks, right? Madison Square Garden. So, JJ Redick always, I think, picks me. So, yeah, we can get Redick or Lou. Which one would we rather have those? Redick or Tyronn Lue? I mean, I guess Redick has more badges, but I will say Lou's offense and defense is better. I'm going to go Tyronn Lue. So, Tyronn Lue's going to be the new coach of the New York Knicks, and now we can head to draft night. And, again, I don't think we have a pick here, but we're probably going to make some tough decisions. We have 4 seconds, which is pretty wild. So, I'm going to go ahead and let the assistant GM take care of those, as we have Douglas Anderson. I mean, I doubt we'll be able to sign all these guys, but we'll two-way 2 of them. So Cat actually declines his player option. Thought he would accept that because it's $61 million. We'll accept Josh Hart. We'll accept all these cheap ones, obviously. We'll accept Tilly as well. But Cat being a free agent, we might lose him for nothing, unless if he's asking for money less than 60 million. We'll see. So Sensabaugh and Rocky, I don't think we'll be able to bring back Sensabaugh if I had to guess, but we'll see. So Cat is asking for $62 million. Obviously, it becomes cheaper than that. But if we're going on, and then Miles McBride has asked for way too much money, we're not going to be able to re-sign him. $20 million is just going to be too tough. I think we give the keys to Kolek there. If we're being realistic with the CBA issues, obviously, that come up eventually. Okay, so Brunson and Kolek. You have Mikel, Josh Hart. You have OG, Bacom, Dadier. So Dadier is probably going to play a role this year over Sensabaugh now. And then we still have Champagny at that 4. And then we have Robinson at the 5 alone. So I think we're going to be losing Cat because of salary issues. So, and that's going to give us hopefully the freedom to do some things here. So yeah, we're going to be definitely under the second apron. So we could probably make some kind of trade if we find something we like. We could go with, like, we could trade one at OG or Mikel potentially. We can maybe look at those options and see if there's anything of interest there. But I do want to do something in this video. I don't want to just run it with the same team over and over again. That probably feels a little bit it doesn't feel like a great video if we do that. So I think we're going to try to experiment with trading one of OG or Mikel and see what we can maybe snag up. But I think Cat's going to be walking, unfortunately. It's going to be too expensive for us. And same thing with McBride. So let's go see what trade we can create, maybe with one of those two guys. They would be very valued around the league still, so we got to change some things up, and we'll see if we can find something. It probably will be OG, though, if I had to guess, because obviously Mikel, Josh Hart, and Jalen Brunson are the Villanova connection. So let's go see what we can maybe get for Mr. OG Anunoby. So I low-key think we're going to go with this trade where we get Carter Bryant and a first-round pick off the Spurs. The reason why I like this trade is obviously makes us a ton cheaper. I feel like I've gotten Carter Bryant quite a few videos lately. I just had him in the Timberwolves video. But I can't deny that this trade would really help us out. And obviously the Spurs would be just absorbing OG to pair with Wemby. We get a first-round pick on top of it. I think we do this trade. And the reason why we do this is because this gives us the ability to re-sign Karl-Anthony Towns as well. We're going to go ahead and make this trade happen. So San Antonio Spurs are going to get OG and they can re-sign Wemby. But now we go and re-sign Karl-Anthony Towns. We'll give him like a 3-year deal around. We get him down to like 40 a year. I think that'd feel really good if you could. I think he'd sign a 2-year deal if I had to guess. So I'm going to give him a 2-year deal around 40 a year, which would feel great if you're the Knicks. So I'm going to give him that. And that should be his best offer. So we should be able to get him that, which is nice. McBride, we probably will still let go because obviously Kolek is ready to step up and we still have this guy we drafted as well. And then we'll have to move Mikel to the 3 and then Josh Hart will start the 2 probably. Or we'll see what Carter Bryant develops into as well. So Cat, and then maybe Sensabaugh comes back in his qualifying offer, which gives us another option. But again, we're going to renounce Miles McBride. We'll renounce Kevon Looney and we'll renounce this trade exception I don't think I'll ever use. So Sensabaugh and Rocky, if they come back with their qualifying offers, I think that'd feel pretty good. Okay, so I like that. So now we have kind of a little bit more freedom, and we do have the ability. Sensabaugh is getting an offer sheet. It's worth $14 million. I think I'm going to go ahead and let him go. I really would have loved to have had him come back, but not going to happen, unfortunately. Actually, he does. So he doesn't even take that contract. Still back. Okay, so that works. Okay, so Josh Hart's down to an 83. Robinson is an 82. Carter Bryant's up to an 82, which we can move him to the 3 as well. And then Rocky's also ready to place him back in 5 minutes. And then Silas is slowly developing, but Kolek will still get the point guard run there. Okay, I like it. So we'll see what this is about to look like, but we unfortunately trade OG so we can keep Cat. Is that the right decision? I don't know. We're bringing Carter Bryant to hopefully replace OG. We'll see how that goes. But we're going to run this season and see if we can go back to the finals again and maybe win a second championship in this video. The Prank has us 23rd overall, and we are going to go ahead and play a balanced system. So here is what it is looking like. So you have Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, Cat, and Robinson as your starting 5 still. You have Carter Bryant, Bryson Sensabaugh, Kolek, Champagny, and Rocky as your rotation as well. So I do like this. I do think this has a great chance of making it back to the finals again. Unfortunately, made a cap cut with OG Anunoby, and then Josh Hart might eventually have to be let go as well, unless if he's willing to sign a contract already, maybe for cheaper. He is, so we can actually go ahead and re-sign him to $17 million a year. Brunson also is looking for a contract, but we'll wait on that, and Champagny will wait on that as well. All right, I'll see you guys at the end of year 3, hoping to make it back to the finals. We'll see if that happens. Obviously, the Bulls stopped us last year with Luka Doncic. Hopefully this time we can run right through them and get back to where we belong. Wembanyama wins MVP. Arenas is your Rookie of the Year. Collier is your 6-man Women Defensive Player as well. And Richardson's your Most Improved in Washington. And Devin Booker Clutch Player. And Tyronn Lue Coach of the Year, as we did go 60 and 22. So things went fairly well. We finally get Brunson on one of these though. And no, not going to happen today, of course. Yeah, I'll probably make this the final season unless we just got like eliminated in round 1 or something. But we already got our championship, so there's no need to keep going unless, like I said, we get round 1 in here, then maybe we have to. But I don't expect that to happen. But you never know with 2K. 28 from Jalen Brunson, 19 from Cat, 60 from Mikal, 12 from Carter Bryant, 10 from Sensabaugh, 9 from Kolick, 7 from Hart, 5 from Mitch Robinson, 5 and 3 from Rocky, and then 5 from Champagny. So I'm going to go ahead and go to an diamond rotation here, obviously for the playoffs. Go bench utilization down to like 40 as well. So Cat and Jalen Brunson will get a bunch of minutes, and we'll see how it goes. So round 1 against Charlotte Hornets. We got Dylan Harper and Cameron Boozer paired with LaMelo and Brandon Miller and Mark Williams. It's a good team that we're running into, but hopefully we don't. Oh, there it goes. I said if I get eliminated in round 1, we might run it back, and wow, did I just foreshadow what was about to happen to us, I think. Okay, so we're down 3-1. Now, I will say this was a pretty good Hornets team to run into. So yeah, okay, I guess I pretty much foreshadowed what was happening to us. I said I don't expect that to happen, but it sure did. So we do get eliminated in round 1. So I will go ahead and run it back for one more season. We got Cat on another year as well. So Spurs going to win it all. Unfortunately, we run into the deadly Hornets who had our number there, which was really disappointing. But I'm just going to go ahead and run another season, and I'll see you guys in the playoffs next year. I'm not going to do anything crazy this offseason. So another Coach of the Year award along with the executive. Does Brunson get one in this video? No. But no matter what happens here, I'm going to end it off here on this note. So unfortunately, no Jalen Brunson, but we are the first team in the East again. Charlotte's thankfully on the other side of the bracket. I did not want to see them in the first round again. The 28 from Brunson, 21 from Cat, 17 from Carter Bryant, who's really stepped up. 17 from Mikal, 9 from Rocky, 8 from Silas, who has taken over the Tyler Kolick role, by the way, and 7 from Josh Hart, and 6 from Champagny. Okay. So Brooklyn, Battle of New York in round 1. I don't know why, but I have a gut feeling we're going to get bounced in round 1 here because Brooklyn always is sneaky good, but we'll see. And no, we beat them in 5. Okay, now we get to play the Bulls, who obviously Luka Doncic took care of us earlier. Let's see if we take care of them this time. Game 1 goes to us. So far, so good, but they're going to even it up probably. They do. Can we win? Yes, beat them in 6. Yes, okay, so we're back to the conference finals. Now we get to play Atlanta. So Atlanta has Topic, Fox, Ricochet. Pretty good team. It's a pretty good team. I don't know when Nikola Topic will obviously be in the NBA. He's yet to play a minute, I believe. So we'll see what he eventually turns into. But he's the starting point guard for the Hawks right now. As they're up 1-0. We even it up. We're up 2-1. They even it up 3-2. Yes, we beat them in 6. No, game 7. All right, let's simcast game 7. They want to fix the rotation a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. Simcast game 7 in Madison Square Garden. This to get back to the finals for a second time in this video, and we have a close game here as long as we hang on, which we do. 82-109. So we're in the NBA finals for a second time in this video. We get to play the Thunder again. So we played them earlier. Obviously they've probably gotten better at this point with how much they draft and develop guys. Jeremiah Fears come off the bench for them, playing very well. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to them. Whoops. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us, and we will win another championship in this video to end things off. So 2 championships in this video. Cat is your finals MVP this time, and that's a great way to end it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, my prediction, I don't think the Knicks will do a whole lot this offseason, but I would be okay with being wrong. Obviously, I'm not dying on the hill that where I have to be right about it. That's my presumption that I think the Knicks will basically run it back, but we'll see. Thank y'all for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.